Yo, what is up, my rebels? Today, we're going to be talking about our predictions for the Big Ten Wrestling Tournament that's happening this Saturday and Sunday. Let's go into the video. So, first off, at 125 pounds, the number 3 seed here is Eric Barnett. Great wrestler from Wisconsin. Is 13-2 on the year with some good wins over top 10 ranked guys, but will most likely meet either Suriano or he'll meet Hildebrandt in the semis, and will most likely lose to one of those two guys because they are absolute studs. They are the top of the top right now at 125 pounds. Suriano, of course, the number 1 seeded guy at 125 pounds in the whole entire NCAA Division 1. Now, he's 8-0, no losses, 7 wins by bonus points, and only 1 win was by a decision, and that was actually against Hildebrandt in the Penn State versus Michigan duel. It was a 3-2 match, very, very close, and was Hildebrandt's only loss of the season so far. So these two most likely are going to be slated to face each other in the Big Ten Finals, where I see Suriano winning here. Now, at 133 pounds, favorite here is obviously Desanto and RBY, with RBY holding that 1 seed. But another guy to look at is Lucas Bird. Definitely an underdog to Desanto and RBY, but he's improved a lot throughout these years. Last year, I believe, he wrestled Desanto, lost 18-6, and then recently wrestled Desanto, only lost 5-4. So definitely is closing the gap. Could be a contender here, but in my opinion, I see Desanto and RBY meeting in the finals, with RBY getting another win like he recently has. Has a win over Desanto as well this season. He won, I believe, 5-4. Very close 1-point match in the Iowa versus Penn State duel. Now, a big dark horse in this weight class, however, is going to be Dylan Ragason. Guy definitely has a lot of big move potential. Has had some ups and downs this season, but keep an eye on him to place in the top 4. So next up at 141 pounds, favorite here, of course, Nick Lee. Jaden Ironman with the 2 seed. Rivera will probably get the 3 seed. Sebastian Rivera definitely has the capability to be in the finals and win his 3rd Big Ten title this year. But Nick Lee and Jaden Ironman obviously standing in the way, and he'll have to probably face Jaden Ironman in the semis to make the Big Ten finals. However, although usually I would say Rivera does have a pretty good shot at beating one of these guys, he did suffer what seemed to be like an injury in the last regular season match. He still won that match, however, and is undefeated, 22-0 on the season. But if he is not healthy, I don't see him making the finals. We'll probably get 3rd or 4th. Then Jaden Ironman and Nick Lee will most likely meet in the finals, where last year at Big Tens, Jaden Ironman actually beat Nick Lee. We'll look to do that again. However, Lee recently at last year's NCAAs, he beat Jaden Ironman in a close match. And then this year at the Penn State-Iowa duel, he beat him in a close match as well. So most likely, I think Nick Lee is going to be the one to win this weight class. Then at 149, the question is, will Sammy Sasso win another Big Ten title? Last year, he won his first Big Ten title when he won over Ridge Lovett 5-2, and Lovett being the 3 seed, there's a good chance that we'll see another Lovett-Sasso final. However, if that's not the case, we'll probably see Austin Gomez wrestle Sammy Sasso in the finals. Gomez did beat Lovett in the regular season 4-2, and Gomez is definitely a tough wrestler to wrestle. Even though Sasso is a beast at just defense, Gomez has some pretty good upper body throws and moves that he works off, his underhooks and his overhooks. So definitely will be a problem for Sasso to overcome when he wrestles him for the first time in his career. But I think Sasso will pull through, whether it's Lovett or Austin Gomez, and should win. Then at 157 pounds, it's going to be the favorite here, Ryan Deakin of Northwestern, looking to win a Big Ten title. The guy who will most likely stand in his way is going to be the number 2 seed, Caleb Young of Iowa. Now, Caleb Young has had a loss recently to Ryan Deakin. Deakin undefeated, the favorite right now, but I think Caleb Young does have a pretty good shot at beating Deakin. He has beat him in the past 2 times in overtime, very, very close matches, and it should be interesting to see if he can do it again here in the Big Ten Finals. Deakin, pretty well-skilled guy, has some great technique, but I think Caleb Young is just going to find a way to overcome and adapt to Deakin's style and find a way to win. Now at 165 pounds, the favorite here and the number 1 seed is Carson Cartella, who got the better of 3-time Big Ten champion Alex Marinelli during the regular season with a 3-2 victory. Very, very close though. I could easily see it going either way if they wrestled again. Now, other contenders here, of course, Marinelli, a three-time Big Ten champion, who does have a loss on the season to Cartella. And there's also Dean Hamiti of Wisconsin, a guy who has a loss to Marinelli, but they had a very close match as well. Now, Marinelli, pretty much known for choking at NCAA championships, hasn't really choked at Big Ten championships and will have a good chance to make the finals, but I think Hamiti is going to be able to catch up to Marinelli, close the gap, and beat him to go in the finals. And then I think he's got a good shot against Carson Cartella as well. It should be a very close match in what I see Hamiti getting the upset and winning his first Big Ten title. Then at 174 pounds, probably the toughest weight in this whole entire championships, there are 4 pretty good guys here. There's Starocci, then there's Logan Massaw, then there's Mikey Labriola, and then with the 4 seed somehow is Michael Kemerer. Kemerer, of course, lost to Starocci this season, and he got upset by Mikey Labriola in the last regular season matchup in the Big Ten. So it was a crazy upset, which pushed Kemerer down to the 4 seed. So most likely we are going to see a Kemerer-Starocci semifinal. It's going to be very close, but I think Starocci will be able to adjust and find a way to win that match. And then on the other side, it will be Massaw and Mikey Labriola. Massaw lost a very close one to Starocci earlier this year by 1 point. Labriola, a beast, didn't wrestle Massaw this season, but I think Massaw will be able to win this match and then likely will lose to Starocci again in the finals. But either way, this one's going to be pretty close, and there are no locks on who's going to make it through. Now at 184, there's really only 2 big guys here, and that's Aaron Brooks, the NCAA champion last year, Big Ten champion last year, undefeated on the year, and then there is Miles Amin, an Olympic bronze medalist. He's coming off a great offseason and will look to avenge his loss that he took to Aaron Brooks earlier this year, 3-1. Most likely will be them meeting in the finals, but I think Aaron Brooks is going to find a way to win once again. Then at 197 pounds, this one, similarly to 174, very tough weight, and it's just crazy. The seeding here is pretty weird. I mean, Max Dean is the number 2 seed, even though he is the number 1 seed in the country. No idea why he's the 2 seed behind Eric Schultz at the Big Ten tournament. So that's going to be kind of weird, but really shouldn't affect that much. I expect to see both of these guys meeting in the finals unless Cam Caffey, who had a close match with Max Dean earlier this year, finds a way to upset one of them. But really think it'll be Max Dean and Eric Schultz wrestling in the finals. It's going to be a pretty close match, but I think Schultz will most likely lose to Max Dean. I mean, he's just been a beast this year for Penn State, especially on top. If he can start riding you out and work his bow and arrow, that match is over. Now then at 285 pounds, I think we all know the favorite here is going to be Gable Steveson. Number 1 in the country, number 1 in the Hodge Trophy race, was number 1 last year, was number 1 in the world when he won Olympic gold medal last year as well. Really just a beast that I don't think anybody's going to compete with. So it's going to be a race for second place, in which I think Kirkfoot has a good chance to take, since he has a semi with Cassiope, who he dropped a close match with earlier this regular season. But I think Cael Sanderson will be able to help him make adjustments to beat Cassiope and take second. But yeah, that's going to be our video talking about my Big Ten wrestling predictions for this weekend's Big Ten Wrestling Championships. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more wrestling videos like this. Big 12 Championship preview will also be coming out soon, so please stay tuned for that.